Howdy, Gemini. Week ahead for you. On Sunday, I'm doing this instead of Saturday. I just had a bit of a week, and I just needed to do this for myself. I'm also going to be changing up the format of my readings very soon, which I've let Aries and Taurus know. I'll just let every star sign know. I don't need to let you know that I've let them know. But anyway, so yeah, just as a FYI. So this is for Gemini. You might be cross-watching as well. That's completely fine. I'm going to be getting 5 cards for your current situation with the Wild Unknown Tarot. 5 more for advice as to what to do with the week ahead with your situation, how to move forward with that, how to approach it. And then at least 1 Work Your Light Oracle card as well. I'm a little bit flat today, Gemini, so just to bear with me. But yeah, I might just be a bit more direct than usual. I'm just going to read it a bit more directly, which I could do anyway, so it's a good thing. All right, Gemini, let's get on into it. Oh, okay, starting off with the 5 of Pentacles, so feeling a bit left out in the cold. Maybe you're just not feeling like life is on your side at the moment. Too many cards, those ones. I'll take the ones that fell out. Does the 3 want to come out? Doesn't. The 3 of Swords was there, which is like heartbreak, grief. The 9 of Pentacles, feeling a bit independent. 3 of Wands, not planning, not wanting to plan. I feel like you sort of feel like the lone soldier a little bit. Let's have a look. 8 of Wands, quick movement. This week maybe something, not this week. I'm reading for sort of what's just happened, I suppose. Maybe something had a bit of a quick change. Judgment, releasing the past. Cool. That's not too bad. What's your overall energy? So I'll get the bottom of the deck for your overall advice. Your overall energy is that you're probably not wanting any conflicts with the 5 of Swords here. The Tower as well in the reverse. Both in the reverse, so not wanting to go through anything massive. Ace of Swords, maybe getting clarity or wanting clarity. And the 7 of Wands, holding your ground. Not manifesting things. I think that there might be a bit of a resistance to change or resistance to the conflict that might come with change. Though getting clarity about something that helps you stand your ground as well. So interesting energy on the bottom there. Overall, from what I can see, Gemini, it looks like you kind of start off, or like, I don't want to say this is the week ahead because I'm not fortune reading. This is where you're at, and this is advice with how to go forward with the week ahead. So it seems like maybe you're just feeling a little bit down and out, maybe feeling a little bit independent, just sort of relying on yourself, a bit of autonomy, not really wanting to plan, but maybe something quick came in. It helped you release the past, some kind of quick messages came in, some kind of news that happened to, just could have been abrupt. I don't know. But then, yeah, Judgment is in the reverse, is releasing the past. So they're right in the middle, I guess, not planning. This is a very interesting spread, Gemini. I'm going to get you the advice cards and we'll read it from there as well. Very interesting. What's this quick news that came in? I almost feel like there's not much forward thinking happening here. I don't mean that in like you're not a forward, like as in you're stupid. I'm not saying that at all. I just mean wherever you're at in life. That came out so badly. I do not mean that. I guess what I see here is that maybe you're just sort of living in the day-to-day a little bit. There's not much planning for the future, so not much forward thinking in that regard. Doesn't mean that you're not switched on and prepared for things that could happen, but it doesn't seem like there's much being planned for the future. Though maybe something has come in quickly for you, which is also assisting with releasing the past. So yeah, but there seems to be a lot of independence for whoever this is resonating with. So let's get some cards as advice. Oh, the Lovers in reverse. Interesting card of advice. That's also you, Gemini. Couple of things that could mean, actually. Definitely a couple of things that could mean. Oops. Nearly bent that card. Dropped one there as well. I have bent that card, actually. Not the plan. The 9 of Wands. The Emperor. The 10 of Wands. Could be dealing with an Aries. Did you have the Emperor on the board? Gemini and Aries on the board for you, Gemini, so yourself and Aries. I'll get you a final card. Just assessing it as advice. That's too many. I don't want to take either of them now. Didn't see what they were, but it's too many. The Ace, again, clarity. Ace of Swords. All right, so your overall advice for this week is the 9 of Pentacles. You also have that in your situation. It could be to keep an air of independence about you. Keep yourself accountable and independent in your own way, in your own world. So don't lose sight of who you are and hold on to that stability of your own autonomy. So that's your advice for the entire week. If you get nothing else, that's the main advice that you are getting. I want to look under there a bit more. The Hanged Man. Anyway, I don't want to look too deep. Keep that independence and that autonomy. So this all makes sense. That's a great card as advice. Just need to link it to that one. I think I can do that one. And then the starting card could mean a couple of things. All right, let's do it. I don't want to read this section here because, yeah, I don't want to because of my own life, but that's not, it's just cards. So I'll read it how I see it for both situations, both what it could be. So if you are feeling a bit left out in the cold right now, maybe feeling like life isn't really treating you also great, or you're just not fitting in, or just feeling completely left out, a couple of things that are coming up as advice for you. One, just don't worry if you don't feel like yourself right now, Gemini, because this is your card. Also, don't feel like it could also be about decisions. Don't feel like you have to make any decisions about anything major straight away, but it wasn't really how I read it at all. This is like, don't feel like you need to be the super strong version of yourself right now. Sorry about my internet connection as well. If it's freezing, I apologize. It could also be not to focus on love right now, if that's been a bit of a burden for you. Just not put too much emphasis on that. There actually is a lot in this reading about being autonomous. So yeah, that's coming into play. But they are the two meanings I see in this. But it really could be, I guess, don't stress so much about not feeling like yourself, not feeling like you're at your top peak performance right now, Gemini. with that if you're feeling a bit left out and a bit shunted. Just not feeling the greatest. Yeah, it could also be don't focus on, love so much either as well. That could genuinely be advice. That might help you lift out of the cold if you have been putting so much emphasis on that you've lost sight of yourself, or you think that maybe your love life's giving you a bit of grief. Could be either of those. But really, overall, I think it's just don't worry if you don't feel tippy top fantastic right now. If just it's all good. Is that it's not great you're feeling like that, but you don't need to put pressure on yourself to be like superhuman. Next, if you are feeling quite independent right now, quite autonomous, the advice is actually to, stand strong with that. 9 of Wands is continuing up the ladder, taking the final stand, the waiting game. You might need to just hold on to that energy. And it wasn't your advice was to stay true to your stay true to your autonomy. Stay true in your own self and your own independence as well. So hold strong in that aspect of yourself. I think that's a good thing, good bit of advice. 9 to the 10 as well. So progression happening here in your life. Gemini, if you aren't planning for something right now, it took me a little tiny moment to understand what this was. 10 of Wands is your advice, which basically is there might be something you need to release before you can plan to move forward. So you might have some heavy burdens that you're holding on to, because 10 is heavy burdens, that you actually need to deal with and address before you can plan anything. Excusez-moi. I'm drinking like kombucha, so yeah, that's a thing. So yeah, that's what I'm getting, Gemini, out of that for you. Next up, if you've had some kind of quick news come in for you, maybe something, unexpected. 8 is really quick messages, generally. Could be messages of love as well. It can be seen that way. I don't know if you do have the Lovers card here. It is yourself though. So it could be quick messages of love, but if some kind of quick news has come in, the advice is, could be one of two things. Could be to consult with an Aries, because we're pretty awesome and this is our card. I'm an Aries. But really what I actually see this as is standing strong, standing true, and holding your own. You have that a couple of times here. Hold your own with your independence. The advice here was like accept and own your autonomy. So I'm really feeling this is to be strong. If you've had some kind of quick news come in, you might just need to sort of just hold the fort a little bit and stay really strong about whatever that is. So just keep that in mind. Or yeah, chat with an Aries, because we're dope, Anyway. Sorry, I'll stop. I will stop now. I think whatever this is about releasing something from the past. I don't know. It may not be linked, but if you are releasing something from the past, Gemini, what the advice is, and it took me a tiny minute, is to get really clear about what that is that you're releasing and what it is that you want. It's pretty much just get really clear about it. Get really clear about what you're releasing and why, and what your motives and purpose is now. It's kind of really interesting as advice. To me, it's just get clarity. If you're releasing the past, get clarity. You might need to just really understand exactly what it is that you're letting go of, and understand as well what this is for you. Like to me, all I heard is like crystal clear. So your advice is if you're releasing the past, get crystal clear about it, whether that's about what you want, about what you're releasing. I'm not sure, but that's the advice. So that's what that is saying. Yeah, I'm going to get you, Gemini, a Work Your Light Oracle card to bring this one home. And I'll move on then to Cancer as well, as an FYI. Also, if you like my videos, please give them a thumbs up and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. I'm trying to get to 100 by the end of the year. So thank you. That'd be great. I'd really appreciate it if you would do that. Thank you. So you get to see more of my readings if you like my content. It's win-win for both of us. So I'll work on my spruik a little bit. All right, Gemini, let's get you a card. Let's get you a card. What are we going to get, Gemini? There we go. Some of Pleiades. All right. Pleiades was on the bottom. Boundaries. This came up for Aries as well. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? For Aries, I think I said, is it with yourself? Is it with other people? Are you saying yes to too many things? Are you not be putting into place that you're giving yourself too much leeway? You need to set boundaries. Go, no, I need to do this. So it could be internal boundaries and external boundaries. And usually when we're letting down our own internal boundaries, we're letting ourselves off the hook, then other people will probably let them off the hook as well in our own life and with our own boundaries. So really look at that one, Gemini, boundaries. Also, you might want to, I don't know, check out the Aries reading as well, because you've got Aries here, Gemini here. They also had boundaries. I don't know. That's just what I think today. Who knows? All right, I'm going to stop being elusive and silly. That's your reading, Gemini. I hope that you got something out of it. I hope you got some kind of nuggets of wisdom or whatever works for you. I'm going to move on now to Cancer, so I might see you there. Have a wonderful space time wherever you are, and I will catch you in the next reading. Bye.